Hello, guys. Welcome back to S3D. And yeah, these are some really interesting times. Evidently, a lot of people are not happy about me bashing Bandai Tamashii Nations. That I'm not going to take back because obviously, the quality has dropped significantly and the price have gone up. That's a pretty obvious issue. The fanboys are always going to get mad whenever you talk shit about the big brands and stuff like that, and it's fine. I really don't care about that. I spend enough money with Tamashii Nations to justify my criticism, and I think my criticism will benefit the community. If they do actually try to step up the game, make the stuff actually better. That way, we at least we get what we pay for. We're paying $60 to $90 now for these uh, semi-premium figures. It's a freaking joke, man. Like, there's just no way around it. It's inexcusable. Uh, I think that's that. The Bandai Gun Plus stuff. I think I have relatively positive things to say about that. But that Bandai Namco is messing up too, like hardcore. The only thing that they did right in 2023 is raise the salaries of all their employees in Japan, not in North America. I guess North America is still getting screwed. But anyway, another one I want to apologize for. Oh, I'm not going to apologize for the Hasbro stuff because that's pretty obvious. I mean, the stuff is really bad. I was looking into classified series. Uh, and I was looking around with other reviews and stuff like that. And yeah, even the G.I. Joe Classified series is really disappointing me. I got two figures that I actually opened and reviewed, and the arm fell off and stuff like that. So, oh, very, very sad. Um, Supposedly they fired the original design team that started the line, and the line is now being taken over by a whole bunch of industry newbies who have no experience working with the classified series stuff. It's not like the people who are promoting it in the live stream. I think those are like the marketing team. Those are different people, kind of like the Marvel Legend guys. Those are the marketing people. But the design team, I don't know what's going on. Like, I thought they did a pretty good job with the original figures. I really like those, despite having some issues. The new one just looks like they don't even care anymore. They throw in a whole bunch of accessories, but the figure themselves are very, very disappointing, riddled with QC issues and stuff like that. It's like they're taking the old stuff and just rehashing it into six scale. There's like no new innovation. So I don't know. I think better quality stuff from their older 3.75-inch lines. The stuff that came out in the mid 2000s to the early 2020s. Before the Rise of Cobra, uh, the Retaliation figures came out. I think those were pretty decent. Even the Retaliation stuff, uh, the Rise of Cobra stuff were pretty good. So, uh, yeah, so I think I'm just gonna avoid first party Hasbro. I'm not gonna talk about it. The Marvel Legends stuff is always gonna be super lazy. I recently discovered Mafex figures, like the Marvel figures, and I thought they were actually really good. It's just a little pricey, but I think it's fine. Uh, I guess for the Hasbro stuff, you can find them on clearance. Still okay, for $5. But anything more than that, I really don't think so. Anyway, the fanboys, I don't think I have too many Hasbro fanboys here. People are just like, oh, you hate everything. You're always bashing stuff. Well, they deserve it, man. It's called for shenanigans. As far as Super 7, I know a lot of people criticize me for like trying to promote Super 7. I'm thinking a lot of the stuff here is I think people are actually right. I do want to apologize for Super 7 promoting this stuff. I think it is actually overpriced. Like quality control, from what I've seen, is not great. And it's kind of like the Bandai situation where they're doing like so many properties and can't get everything right. I think the company might be struggling right now, but it is what it is. So yeah, like as much as I like the design for their oh wow, Snake Eyes is $30. Yeah, I still think it's overpriced for their ultimates. I think a lot of them are just not the quality and uh yeah, the quality is just not there for that kind of price point. Maybe for certain stuff it is, but for the most stuff, considering the quality issues, that's a big problem with this brand. Yeah, things fell apart. Things are like misassembled, and things are like painted poorly. Unfortunately, here's the thing though. Like I mostly get my Super Seven Ultimates from the Super Seven stores, the actual stores in San Francisco. I used to live there. I don't live there anymore, but uh, that's the only way I would go buy the stuff because they have actual discounts at the store. And, obviously the store's not going to sell you something that's like super poor quality. And the cool thing is that they do actually take returns at the physical store. So, yeah, they have never screwed me over at the physical store. So, yep, that's really all I gotta say. Maybe, like, I have a little slight advantage of being able to go to the actual physical store and see the stuff before I buy it. So, yeah, another one people are kind of upset with is the Storm collectibles. Now, that's kind of like a weird thing because I don't actually collect Storm collectibles anymore. Uh, it seems like uh, a lot of their recent stuff, it's just kind of blah. I really didn't even talk about Stone Collectibles much, besides the Geese Howard figure that I was actually looking forward to. But I actually seen that one in person. I'm not gonna touch it. There's a lot of issues. I think I'll just make my own in a different scale. I think that's the best way going forward. Um, yeah, ever since I think Bluefin dropped the brand, and then they had to go find another, official seller. Things have been kind of weird. Their stuff is getting really high ratings from reviewers, but a lot of their issues persist. So yeah, maybe I'll do like a more detailed video about it. People are upset about like the resale value of these things because like they go for over $100. I don't know why people are doing that for these type of figures. I don't think it's gonna sell at all. Once it reach over 100 like dollars, because I just don't see the value. But a lot of people trying to resell them for like $200, $300. Weird. But anyway, I don't want to comment on that because it's a touchy subject. Personally, I don't think the stuff is actually that bad. There's some figures out there that were kind of terrible, and they do have QC issues too with stuff breaking and stuff like that. Really, that's all I have to say. You know. So yeah, I guess we'll get to that uh, when I feel like talking about it. But yeah, people were upset about that, and then the loose collector stuff, which I already addressed. That was like I never even bought a single loose collector figure. But okay, I think the reason why people were upset is because I was recommending the loose collector figures over the other brand. The 112 scale, uh, other figures. And I said they were better looking than the 1/12 scale figures of the other company that do like 6 scale figures. And uh, yeah, it's like the downscale version of the 6 scale figure. They actually look pretty awful, right? And I was like, okay, for the same price point, why don't you get a loose collector figure, which is like sculpted and done so much better, right? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be true. That's a bad statement because I actually never seen the product in hand. Apparently, yeah, it's just the quality control all over the place. But I still think the loose collector stuff is still better than the downscale 1/12 scale versions of the 6 scale figures. Because like they're just done so poorly. It's like literally clearance aisle stuff in Hong Kong. I think originally they were selling for like supposedly they should be close to $100, right? It was so bad, like they started selling for like $45 on the streets, and then people didn't want them, and now it's like $15. And I think that brand probably have stopped doing the 12 scale box figures. Yeah, I think they just given up because it's just something that people didn't want. I think they're still doing like the blank bodies, so people can do like swaps, head swaps and stuff like that. But other than that, I feel like the whole 1/12 scale thing was a total bust. It was a bad idea to begin with. I knew they were trying to break into that market, but it's never gonna work. Consider most people who are buying 12 scale figures just prefer to uh, deal with stuff that's like under $10 if possible. Okay, and I think I addressed all the issues. I prefer uh, I prefer criticism. I'd rather not be shilling anything on this channel unless it's actually good, unless it's something I actually tested. Now, in the past, I know I review way too many things to give it like a quality judgment on these items. And, sometimes I will just like, okay, I got it. I put it together. I think it's cool. Like, super high score. In the future, I think that's just not going to be a thing. Like, I'm not going to review anything unless it's like thoroughly tested. Then I'll give you guys a rating. But if not, I'm not going to say anything. Because you never know. Like, later down the line, you discover quality control issues that are like blatantly obvious. And it's just like, I feel embarrassed giving something like that, like a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching.